Hello, good afternoon, welcome to Ben Shatliff on Sunday. Today is Sunday, April the 10th, 2022. Before we go any further, I want to wish a very special happy birthday to my wonderful sister-in-law Emma, and in advance to my two nephews and co-presenters at Ben Shatliff on Sunday, Josh and Zach, who both celebrate their 9th birthdays on Tuesday. I hope you can see me okay because I've actually got some glorious sunshine behind us here. So apologies if that is omitting anything, or maybe I need to put my glasses on. Okay, this week on Ben Shatliff on Sunday, it is Palm Sunday, and we'll be reflecting on that in just a few moments' time. And we will be discussing the big talking point, which of course is the Chancellor's wife, who's now going to pay tax. But is there a bone of contention as the rest of us are struggling to make ends meet? The man who puts up national insurance, his own wife, was not paying the taxes. I'll give you my view. I don't think I've given you an indication in just a few moments' time. And of course, I will also give you my view in regards to Boris Johnson, who, of course, yesterday made a visit to Ukraine and met up with President Zelensky. Before that, though, let's just take a look at the main news stories, which of course is still dominated and will still be dominated by Ukraine. Russia is seeking to bring back forces discharged 10 years ago. There are rumours today, and there are rumours that some of the scenes that we have seen over recent days, over the last few weeks, could be happening in other parts of Ukraine. Of course, our thoughts and prayers with all the people who are caught up in what's going on there. Civilians are being urged to flee eastern Ukraine because of the fears of what could happen next. Rishi Sunak's wife has now moved back to the family home. I'll be talking about that in just a few moments' time. And of course, the Prime Minister has hailed President Zelensky a hero in Kiev. And Cristiano Ronaldo is sorry for an outburst after appearing to slap a boy's phone out of the hand after yesterday's Manchester United game against Everton. Okay, there's tensions there in regards to Manchester United. My two nephews, Josh and Zach, were born in 2013, and we won the Premiership, Manchester United, just a few weeks after the boys were born. Are the boys going to actually be in high school, university, or even pension age before we next win the Premiership? Something is very seriously wrong at Old Trafford as it stands at the moment. There were cracks even 9 years ago, but something is very, very seriously wrong somewhere. We've all thought of what the answers were and various different things, but anyway, I'll get into that on another time. There's other very big serious issues going on as well at the moment. Just let's take a moment of reflection. It is Palm Sunday. There's a palm there, which is from a few years ago. We've got a candle lit there as it is Palm Sunday. And next week things will look a little different because, of course, it will be Easter Sunday. And I'll be doing some reflections as it is Holy Week as well. Palm Sunday of the Lord's Passion. Blessed are you who have come in your abundant mercy. This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. St. Rose of Lima said, apart from the cross, there is no other ladder by which we may get to heaven. The events and players of the Passion are caught up in the unfolding of God's predetermined loving plan. The heartbeat of the Father's purpose reverberates in every step of the Passion as Jesus freely chooses to lay down his life and take it up again. Our prayer this week is, Hail, O cross, not only hope, Jesus' death is the most important death in human history, because it alone saves and restores us. The cross was the unique, once and for all sacrifice. Jesus, the one mediator between God and humankind. Offered on the cross, that one perfect sacrifice takes away the sins of the whole world. That is even more relevant always relevant in the Christian religion or any religion for that matter. But think about it. Jesus, the one mediator between God and humankind, offered on the cross that one perfect sacrifice that takes away the sins of the world. And the reason why I'm saying any religion is one of us is because even though I might be Catholic, we all respect each other's religions, or most of us respect each other's religions and everything else. And we can take thoughts from other religions as well and use those as well. And you think about what's happening in Ukraine, about the war crimes and everything else that's going on there. Offered on the cross, that one perfect sacrifice that takes away the sins of the whole world. These things being things. It's Palm Sunday today. With Christ entering Jerusalem on the donkey, and what happens during Holy Week, which then led to the crucifixion on Good Friday, the resurrection. It means something more on this particular Palm Sunday. O Lord, in this holy and special week, help me to grow in love and worship of Jesus, the crucified one, the Saviour of the world. Throughout the week, I will be doing, not necessarily every day, but on certain days, I'll do some parts of reflection as we are in Holy Week, and we need to be thinking about what's happening in Ukraine. We also need to be thinking about what's happening around the world in other countries as well, where there's atrocities and all kinds of other things which are going on. And I remember back it may have been 2016 when I started going to church again, saying that let's hope that Holy Week is the time where there can be peace throughout the entire world and everything else. And tragically, no sooner had I said that when there was a terrorist attack that happened. And it's just, there's more people in this world that want good than want bad, than want bad, and we have to just do what we all can and share you can share the word of the Lord, you can share the word of religion, but you can share the hope of light, bringing peace and goodwill to each and every one of us. That's what I try to do with different things when I do like a picture of myself or just say something on a daily basis, which I put onto social media. And we're in difficult times, and we are in difficult times in a whole variety of various different things. And you think to yourself about, there was 3 years of fighting and all kinds of different stuff that went on after Brexit. After the result of the EU referendum. Then we had the general election in 2019, which kind of things settled. And then literally a couple of months later, weeks later, the pandemic starts. And then the tragedy of what's happening in Ukraine, but the cost of living crisis. And it's like one different thing after another. And it's hard to say we can get through things because not everybody always can get through things. And this is where the difficulty is. And I'm going to move on to what I also mentioned about the wife of the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak. And I've been involved in politics for many, many years, or I was involved in politics. Now I get involved by spreading what's going on and all kinds of different things, and sometimes challenging the politicians of all different sides about various different things. And one thing I do not want to be doing, and there's going to be some special things going on in the run up to the local elections, the elections which are taking place in just a few weeks' time, and I'll speak more about that as we get nearer. But I know different ones have requested to be interviewed, which we need to try and get that set up because time is moving on. But I, on a personal basis, if somebody has got experience in something, like somebody has run a transport firm, or somebody has got experience of like being like a massive health specialist, or run a they've run a department in health, or they've done something, then they can share that best practice with that role which they do in politics. If they wanted to, they could be a cabinet minister. And okay, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, is a millionaire, so sharing that best practice to try and help others can be a good thing. It's happened with other governments and other people with different things who've had the experience. There's no issue if someone's got the experience doing that. My gripe on this entire issue regarding Rishi Sunak's wife is the fact that it's come out about her not paying taxes, although she has now said she's going to do so. My concern about this is when the rest of the country are struggling with the cost of living crisis. My own parents not putting the heating on and having to wear jumpers, can wear it want now, because people don't want to put heating on because of the rising energy costs. You've got the national insurance increase as well. I mean, okay, they've raised the threshold, which will come in a couple of months' time or 3 months' time, but still, that's not going to help people as it stands at the moment. So therefore, my concern is that the Chancellor's wife is not paying millions of pounds in tax, and okay, that is not an illegal issue, it's just the ethical side, while other people are struggling to make ends meet. That is my concern in regards to the issue. I'm not begrudging, and it's not to me to say that somebody should or should not be earning millions of pounds. Somebody could have started off with absolutely nothing and then be doing extremely well for themselves. That does happen, and people still think about helping the ordinary working people or helping the ordinary people. So that's no begrudge there, because that, as I say, goes back to showing the best practice and everything else. My concern is that while people are struggling, then it's not in a good way, especially if people are asking if more can be done to be able to be trying to help people. So that is my view regarding the Chancellor's wife. She has now agreed to be paying the taxes. She has also left number 11 Downing Street, going back to the family home. I don't necessarily know if she needed to specifically do that, but she's done the right thing now by staying about paying the taxes and everything else. But it's just the entire ethical side while other people are struggling. A final point I do want to make as well, because I've been critical of the Prime Minister, but I've also praised the Prime Minister at other times as well. I've been critical regarding the fact that Boris told everybody to stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives, and there's a whole variety of parties and partygates and all this kind of stuff. There was even a karaoke allegedly at one of the parties, and then a brawl as well, and all this kind of stuff. What I will say, what Boris did yesterday and what he's done in regards to the crisis in Ukraine on most parts, I would not criticise. I'm actually going to Ukraine yesterday, going to Kiev and meeting up with President Zelensky. It was absolutely fantastic, when he's a hero and everything else. President Zelensky is a hero. So is everybody that's in Ukraine. The ones who have sadly perished. And so I would not criticise Boris on that, but I would criticise Peter Patel on what's going on regarding people coming into our country. We should be opening our arms and welcoming our brothers and sisters from Ukraine and other countries that need the help, without any of this red tape on all this kind of stuff. But no, Boris did right by going to Kiev. Right, okay. That is it for this week on Ben Shatliff on Sunday. Next week, of course, it will be Easter Sunday. I will be here. I didn't do the full Lenten promises I was going to do this year by losing some weight, although I have done due to another reason. But I have kept with not eating meat on Fridays during Lent. And of course, it will be fish of some kind on Good Friday next week. Just before I go, let's hope that Holy Week does bring some kind of hope, some light, and peace and goodwill for all. Thinking about all people who are celebrating birthdays over the coming days. Some person has along the way there. But let's all have a good week ahead. I will bring some reflection, which I will do through TikTok, which Justin's actually got me involved in now. So I'll do that, and we'll be sharing those. In the meantime, everybody have a very, very good week. Take care. Most importantly, God bless.